Howdy YouTube, and welcome to part 2 of this door repair. So the first video I just basically gave you a rundown of the tools, equipment and materials and all the stuff that I'm going to need to get this job done. So as I mentioned in the first video, it's just a really small bit of damage here, and honestly, if it wasn't for me being a YouTuber, I would probably leave it or just touch it up. Just get a little bit of paint on a touch-up brush, leave it. This is a daily driver, but it's a good opportunity to, make a video for you guys. So what I'm gonna do first up, we're just gonna rip straight into it. I'm just gonna give that a bit of a rough up. So there is a little bit of a low spot here too. If you look at it on the right angle, I'm not sure how well this video footage is going to come up, but I think you'd probably be able to see that there's a bit of a low spot there too. So I want to take this door handle out, and I think I'm going to be fine just to run up to this line here. Just not overload it with the clear and just spray up to that line. As I said in the first video, I've seen people try to take these moldings off and just bend them and have to get new ones and break the clips and all that kind of stuff. So for what it's worth, spraying in the garage, the more we paint, the more dust we're going to get, the more polishing. So I'd actually probably even rather paint less, especially on a job like this at home. It's a bit, I wouldn't go and do a spot repair on a panel like this. For what it takes to do the entire panel, it's really not much more, and it's going to make for a much better job. However, on a bumper bar or something like that, yeah, I'd happily do a little spot repair. Anyway, let's get into it. So as I say, we'll get that door handle out, but I want to get this filler in here so that can start drying. Then we'll get the door handle out and we can come back to that. I do always like to minimize my downtime, but one thing I was just thinking a minute ago is that some of you guys that do your work at home might look at me in the workshop and say, man, you get it done so quick. Big part of the reason is that I've got everything at my fingertips, and it's just a different environment. It takes me a lot longer to do things here at home as well. So yeah, it's not just you if you're a home guy, it's partly the environment that you're in. You know, you may not be quite set up as well. And as you see here, I haven't got a great deal of room, so hopefully we can get everything that you need into the video footage. So I hope the video footage does turn out well. So yeah, first up, just going to get some of this light putty, put a bit of hardener with it, and need to get it scuffed up first. So I'm just going to get a bit of 320 and give that a light scuff up. Get this cam up here for you. Hopefully you can see everything properly there. Should be. So wear your respirator when you're doing sanding. So when we're putting this filler in, we don't want to over apply it. We want to just get just enough in, maybe a little bit more than what you need, because the more you get in, if you overfill it, it's just going to be more sanding, and less sanding the better. So just feel it like that with a flat hand, feeling it with your fingers and your palm at the same time. You can usually feel where the low spot is. As I say, like if this isn't perfect, I'm not going to be too worried. I'm not really ever looking for perfection on a daily driver. Just something that's nice and neat. Rightio, so I think that should just about be it. I don't want to have to take that door trim off, I can't be bothered. So we'll just mask the rest of that up. I'll leave that like that so I can get at least around here all properly, and then I'll just false edge mask it around here. Rightio, so that filler looks fairly dry. I just gave it a quick heat gun, and it's a pretty warm day today anyway, so I'm pretty happy that we can start sanding that. So as I say, this block here is probably not ideal, but it should be able to get me through. I'll put my respirator on. So just keep in mind that the black sandpaper is usually wet and dry sandpaper, but that's one thing that I didn't get enough of. I should have got a little bit more sandpaper, but I'm just going to have to use this stuff dry, but it is clogging up a lot quicker than usual. So I wanted to actually sand that just with 180 grit, but I ran out of 180. As I said, I should have got some more, but yeah, I'm gonna have to hit it with 120 now because it's either 120 or 320. So yeah, I should have got a few more bits of 180 dry. So I'll go straight from that 120 down to 320, and yeah, it's gonna work. This is actually feeling okay. I can feel lead, that's nice and straight. So now I really just need to get any of those 120 and 180 scratches out before I get the primer on. It's actually not feeling too bad. Like, it's not quite perfect, but I think it's gonna be fine. The owner's gonna be happy with it. That's the main thing. So I'll give it a quick dust off, and we're ready to start masking and getting some primer onto it. Rightio, so that's all the repair done. I'm pretty damn happy with that actually. Look, I can feel a little bit, it's gone high here and low here, just at the edge of the repair, and that was partly for the want of keeping it small. I didn't want that repair to come too big. I don't want to lose that blend. I don't want any color up here, so I do want to keep it relatively small. And a very minor wave or ripple in the panel isn't the end of the world for me. Yeah, look, for all intents and purposes, this is going to be just fine. I think, yeah, having a better block would have been advantageous, but I made this work. See, it does have that curved side on it, so I just sort of use that to my advantage to yeah, to make it work. So next up, I want to cover the entire car. It's something that maybe at work, if I was in the booth, I might just put a couple of bits of paper around there, but I've really got no ventilation in here, so all the overspray is kind of going to hang around in here a little bit longer. So I think I'm going to use this one piece of plastic for primer and paint. Rightio, so that's the bit of plastic over the car. I made sure I tightened it up at both ends so it's not going to go and blow away on me. And I'm just going to cut around here, get a few coats of 2-pack primer onto the job, and then I'm going to reuse that piece of plastic by just cutting it out to the next level, cutting around the entire panel when I'm ready to paint. Something that I don't usually do at work, but hey, you do what you got to do. I think I'm just going to put 3 coats of primer onto this, my 2-pack primer. Give it a good heat gun in between coats. I actually wish I had some UV primer. That'd be absolutely ideal for this job. I've also got a UV curing light. I'd have that primer dried within 30 seconds. So yeah, that's something that's coming. I've got a review on this awesome battery-powered UV curing light. I got given that by a guy in Thailand, and the thing's absolutely amazing, but actually affordable. A lot of the UV curing lights, you're talking like $4,000 to $7,000, but yeah, this one's absolutely amazing and affordable. You guys know I'm all about them prices. Anyway, so that's it masked up. So as you see, it's pretty basic masking really, just cut a square around it. You know, I don't mind a bit of hard edge masking. I did use that soft edge masking here. So that just flipped the edge over. So it's not going to be a hard edge like that would. But I'm not going to be putting any primer there. That's why I don't mind about that. You know, if you use a bit of gun control, maybe for a second year apprentice, you might want to teach him to do that everywhere. But I'm not even going to be priming up to there. So there's no real issue with having a hard edge there. Anyway, yeah, let's get this primer mixed up. So as I said, I just asked the boss if I could have a little bit of 2-pack primer. I put it into one of these plastic containers. The hardener actually went off within about 2 weeks. So I'm going to have to use some of this quartz VOC filler hardener. Yeah, 4:1 ratio. Just grab my pot here.